How did you teach that in here the door was locked? The officer in command of the SWAT team walked forward, his gun aimed squarely at me. Well, he glowered at me. How did you get in here? I stood gaping at him. I turned to Desmond and blurted, "How did we get in here?" Desmond shrugged. "That's a good question." "Well, I know you didn't walk through the wall," said the SWAT team leader. "How did you get in? Were you locked in here by accident?" "That sounds good to me," I agreed gratefully. The policeman's eyes narrowed. He looked as though he thought I was some kind of nut. "Did you see anybody else in here?" he asked suspiciously. "Did we see anybody else in here?" I echoed numbly. My brain had stopped working. But Libel jumped in quickly. "You mean like real people?" she asked before babbling on. "I mean, if you mean did we see real people with real bodies? No. Nobody else was here." "And you can put your guns down," Bonnie snapped. "You're scaring us." The police searched the skating rink, then a squad of army commandos arrived to help them. Soon the place looked like a war zone, but all they found were pools of ice water on the ground where the sleepers had been. At last the commanding officer called for a police car to drive us to our homes. I staggered into my apartment and found Mom waiting for me in the kitchen. She looked fiercer than the SWAT team had. "Dylan Woon," she screamed. "What happened to you?" "The police called and said they found you in the ice skating rink." "What on earth were you doing in there? How did you get there?" "You were seen arriving at school yesterday and then you just vanished. What happened, Dylan? And I want the truth." Her questions blasted across the kitchen like bullets. There was only one way to handle Mom when she was in a mood like that. She wanted the truth, so I sat down at the table, took a deep breath, and gave it to her. "We had to save the world, Mom," I explained. "These prehistoric people called the sleepers came from the North Pole because global warming has caused the polar ice cap to stop melting, and Dr. Ziegler's ghost wanted us to help them escape. But they lost an icicle navigational beacon in the skating rink, and we'd help them find it so they could go home and not destroy the world." Mom's eyebrows shot up so high they disappeared beneath her hair. "Dylan Woon," she yelled. "You don't expect me to believe that, do you?" "No," I grinned, "but you could try." Then I yawned. "Dylan, don't you dare fall asleep when I'm talking to you." I yawned again. "All that nonsense about sleepers," Mom scoffed. "You're the only sleeper around here." And before I knew what was happening, my head dropped forward, and I fell asleep at the kitchen table.